Hey guys, it's SF. Are you ready for a wild ride? I'm not talking about a roller coaster or a shopping spree with your bestie. We're diving headfirst into creepy government experiments that might be real. We're talking about government secrets, shadowy figures, and experiments that'll make your skin crawl. What if I told you that some of the most terrifying stories you've heard, whispers of mind control, time travel, and things that go bump in the night, might actually be true? Buckle up, you guys, because we're about to go there. Okay, so first up, we gotta talk about MK Ultra. This is like the holy grail of creepy government experiments. It's the stuff of nightmares and conspiracy theories, but it actually happened. Picture this, it's the 1950s, the Cold War is in full swing, and the CIA is freaking out about the Soviets and their mind control techniques. The paranoia was real and it was intense. They're like, we gotta get in on this action. So what do? They launch MK Ultra, this top-secret program that makes you wonder if anyone in charge had a moral compass. It was all about pushing the boundaries of human ethics. We're talking about dosing unsuspecting people with LSD, hypnotism, electroshock therapy, you name it. They were willing to try anything to crack the code of mind control. They used soldiers, prisoners, even regular folks who had no idea what was going on. Imagine living your life completely unaware that you could be a guinea pig in a government experiment. Imagine being slipped something in your drink, and the next thing you know, you're tripping balls and seeing elephants fly. The psychological trauma must have been unimaginable. That's the kind of messed up stuff they were doing. Dark labs, shadowy figures, and equipment that looked like it belonged in a horror movie. The CIA's goal? To control people's minds, man. They wanted to unlock the secrets of the human psyche and use it to their advantage. They wanted to create these super spies who would spill all the tea on command or turn into mindless assassins without a second thought. It was like something out of a spy thriller, but with real, terrifying consequences. It's like something straight out of a Black Mirror episode, but this was real life. The ethical boundaries were blurred and the consequences were dire. And the craziest part? Most of the records about MK Ultra were destroyed, so we'll probably never know the full extent of what went down. It's a dark chapter in history that's shrouded in mystery. One of the most famous cases from MK Ultra involves this dude named Frank Olson. His story is a chilling reminder of the program's reach and the lengths to which the CIA would go. He was a CIA scientist who, get this, supposedly fell out of a hotel window after being dosed with LSD. The circumstances were suspicious, to say the least. They called it a suicide, but his family believes he was silenced because he knew too much. The truth may never be fully uncovered, but the legacy of MK Ultra lives on as a cautionary tale of unchecked power and ethical corruption. Okay, hold on to your tinfoil hats, guys, because we're about to enter the twilight zone of UFO sightings and government cover-ups. Get ready for Project Blue Book. It all started in the 1940s, when people started seeing weird stuff in the sky, glowing orbs, flying discs, you name it. At first everyone was like, it's probably just weather balloons, right? But then the sightings kept coming, and they weren't just some random farmer Joe seeing things after one too many beers. We're talking about pilots, military personnel, people who knew what they were looking at. So the Air Force is like, okay, we need to get to the bottom of this. Enter Project Blue Book, their official investigation into UFOs. For over 20 years they collected reports, analyzed data, and tried to figure out what was really going on. The official line was that most sightings could be explained away as natural phenomena or misidentified aircraft. But here's the thing, they couldn't explain everything. There were these cases, these unexplained encounters that even the Air Force couldn't debunk. Chapter 3. Operation Midnight Climax. This is messed up. Okay, you guys, this next one is seriously messed up. Like, buckle up and prepare to be disgusted, because we're talking about Operation Midnight Climax. This is some next-level shady stuff, even for the CIA. Imagine this. It's the 1950s again, told you, the 50s were wild. And the CIA is obsessed with mind control and truth serums. They're like kids in a candy store, except the candy is illegal substances, and the store is a series of safe houses designed to look like, wait for it, brothels. Yeah, you heard me right, brothels. The CIA set up these fake brothels in San Francisco and New York, and they hired prostitutes to lure unsuspecting men inside. These guys thought they were in for a good time, but little did they know, they were about to become unwitting participants in some seriously messed up experiments. The prostitutes would slip LSD and other drugs into the men's drinks, and then the CIA agents, hiding behind two-way mirrors, would observe their reactions. They recorded everything. hoping to find the key to mind control or extract information without the person even knowing they were spilling the beans. It's like something out of a nightmare, right? Chapter 4. The Montauk Project. Beam me up or down. Alright guys, get ready to enter a world where time travel, mind control, and interdimensional beings collide. This is not your average conspiracy theory, this is the Montauk Project, a tale so bizarre and outlandish that it makes other secret government projects look like child's play. This is the Montauk Project, and it's so bizarre, so out there, that it makes MK Ultra look like a walk in the park. Imagine a place where the boundaries of reality are constantly being tested and pushed beyond their limits. Picture this. It's the 1980s and rumors start swirling about this abandoned Air Force base in Montauk, New York. The base, shrouded in secrecy, becomes the epicenter of wild stories and eerie occurrences. People whisper about strange lights, bizarre experiments, and even kids being abducted and forced to participate in some kind of twisted government program. The tales are chilling, with accounts of children being subjected to unimaginable horrors. The story goes that the Montauk Project was a continuation of the Philadelphia experiment, which we'll get to in a minute. The Philadelphia experiment itself is a tale of a naval ship that supposedly vanished and reappeared, sparking endless speculation. But Montauk took things to a whole new level. We're talking about experiments that defy the very laws of physics and challenge our understanding of the universe. We're talking about psychic spies, time portals, and even contact with extraterrestrial beings. The scope of the project was vast, encompassing a range of phenomena that seemed straight out of a science fiction novel. One of the most well-known figures associated with the Montauk Project is this guy named Duncan Cameron. His story is one of the most compelling and disturbing aspects of the entire saga. He claims he was abducted as a child and forced to participate in these experiments. According to him, the experiences were nothing short of nightmarish. According to Cameron, they strapped him into this chair, hooked him up to all sorts of wires and machines, and used him to amplify psychic abilities. The chair, often referred to as the Montauk chair, is said to have been a central piece of equipment in these experiments. He says they used him to open portals to other dimensions, travel through time, and even influence people's thoughts and emotions. The implications of these claims are staggering, suggesting a level of technological and psychic manipulation that is hard to fathom. Chapter 5. The Philadelphia Experiment. Now you see it, now you don't. Okay guys, we've talked about mind control, UFOs, and time travel, but what if I told you there's a story that ties all these elements together in a way that's almost too wild to believe? Now get ready for a story that combines all of those elements into one mind-blowing package. A tale so strange, it has become the stuff of legend and conspiracy theories for decades. This is the Philadelphia Experiment, and it's the granddaddy of all government conspiracy theories. A story that has fascinated and perplexed people for generations. The story goes like this. It's 1943, World War II is raging, and the US Navy is desperate for an edge over the enemy. They needed something revolutionary, something that could turn the tide of the war. They're working on this top-secret project in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that involves making a ship invisible to radar. But not just radar, some say they aim to make it invisible to the naked eye as well. The ship in question was the USS Eldridge, a destroyer escort, and the scientists working on the project were using Einstein's unified field theory to bend light and radio waves around the vessel. Imagine the implications if they succeeded. So far so good, right? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but hey, it's wartime and desperate times call for desperate measures. The stakes were incredibly high and the pressure to succeed was immense. But then, things took a turn for the weird, the bizarre, the what the actual heck just happened kind of weird. The kind of weird that makes you question reality itself. According to legend, on October 28, 1943, they flipped the switch, and the USS Eldridge vanished into thin air. Not just from radar, but from sight entirely. I'm not talking about just disappearing from radar, I'm talking about completely disappearing from sight. Gone. As if it had never been there in the first place. Poof! Like it never even existed. One moment it was there, the next it was gone, leaving nothing but a ripple in the water. But here's where things get really crazy. The story doesn't end with the ship just disappearing. The story goes that the Eldridge didn't just disappear, it teleported. It supposedly reappeared miles away, in a completely different location. Some say it reappeared in Norfolk, Virginia, hundreds of miles away, for a brief period of time before returning to Philadelphia. Imagine the shock and confusion of anyone who witnessed this. And the crew? Well, that's where the story gets really dark. The sailors on board reportedly experienced horrifying side effects, from severe disorientation to being fused with the ship's metal. So, there you have it guys, 5 creepy government experiments that might be real. Or maybe they're just elaborate hoaxes, stories designed to scare us, to make us question everything we thought we knew. But that's the thing about conspiracies, isn't it? They make us think, they make us question, they make us wonder if there's more to the world than meets the eye. If you want to dive deeper into these conspiracies and more, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below letting me know what creepy government secrets you want me to investigate next. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and most importantly, stay scared, my friends. Because the truth, as they say, is often stranger than fiction.